you tired of wasting hours on Netflix and feeling empty inside after a long binging session? Today I'm sharing 7 activities that are more fulfilling and rewarding than binge watching. Let's find out how to make the most of your free time. Hey there, my name is Julian, and on my channel I talk about how to create a better life for yourself, learn new things, and some personal development stories for myself. The first thing that I prefer over watching Netflix is to read a book, and that sounds super basic, so I wanted to give a little twist on it. I don't want you to just read a book, but take maybe a non-fiction book that you've read before, like for example Atomic Habits, and look at the sources at the back. Not every book has that, but some books, and especially non-fiction books, tend to have the sources that they're referring to in the back of the book. And I've read Atomic Habits twice now, so now with the third read through, I'm going through the back of the book, meaning the sources, and as soon as I find an interesting source, I'll read through the part of Atomic Habits again, and that way expand my knowledge and really see how much James Clear actually wrote himself and how much he had from others, which is a really interesting thing to see. Next thing on the list would be to take a walk, but not just any walk with your headphones on and your phone in your hand. We really want to take this walk seriously. So you're gonna leave all your digital devices, even your watch, at home. Just take your keys and maybe your wallet, and then you're just gonna go outside. Preferably somewhere in the nature if you have the opportunity to do that. And then you're really trying to have this sort of mindful walk. For example, where I live, we have a few tiny lakes where you can walk around, and it's a really peaceful environment. And go about your walk with a little bit of a playful mindset. So as soon as you see something that interests you, maybe stop walking and take a look at it. Maybe you see some birds flying around. Or an interesting looking tree. It sounds super basic and boring when I talk about it, but definitely try it out if you haven't done so. Take a walk, leave all your digital devices back home, and just see what happens. Alright, next up, and you can actually use your phone for this, and maybe should, is to create a playlist. On all the music streaming services, you have these playlists crafted and tailored for you based on your listening habits. But with this activity, we actually want to take a step away from technology and try to find some songs that create a certain mood for us. This could be, for example, a morning motivation playlist, or a chill evening playlist, or a workout playlist, different decades and so on and so forth, or just your top favorite hits. Of course, you can still use a little bit of technology. Once you choose a few songs, you'll have recommendations based upon that, but don't rely too much on technology here. Really take your time and maybe think about songs that you haven't listened to in a while, and that way you're spending your time actually working on something actively. And that's what all of this video is basically about, to not just consume, but to partake in something and actively do something. That's why it's called activity after all. The next point is to work out, but that would be too basic, so I thought about that you could have a themed workout. But instead of doing your normal workout routine, presuming you have one, you're gonna do a themed workout. Now that theme could be anything you like. It could be a certain decade, 80s, 90s, doing special moves and exercises they did back then. There are a bunch of videos about that, and it's quite funny. Or you could do a superhero themed workout, where you, for example, look for a Superman workout that Henry Cavill did. There are a bunch of those videos on YouTube. That could be a really fun thing to bring something new into your workout routine. Okay, next up we have board games. And especially if you live with others, having a board night or board games night can be a really fun time. You're actually interacting with each other, you're playing with each other, and that's just such a wonderful thing to do if you have the option and a nice friend group to do that, or maybe family. But even if you don't have any friends, it doesn't matter. You can try out puzzling. And puzzling is a really great pastime as well. You really have that sense of completion, especially at the end, of course. And you have to sort a lot of things, you have to sort out the pieces, you have to flip them over. And there's just this really clear line of progress, which can be really satisfying if you're puzzling. You don't have to do it alone. Again, if you maybe live in a flat with multiple people, you can have a table with the puzzle, and every time someone passes, they have to find a piece or something. So that can also be really fun, and it definitely clears up your mind. Okay, my sixth point is to learn or play an instrument. If you don't know how to play an instrument, then definitely acquire the knowledge, or get a guitar, get a small keyboard or something, whatever you like. Maybe it's the drums, and then try to learn it. Maybe take some lessons, and definitely get into that world of music. I was very fortunate. My parents got me a guitar when I was like 9 or 10 years old. Trust me when I say that being able to play an instrument can be such a good feeling, especially if you're playing guitar or piano and you're at some party where there's a guitar or piano, and you play something and everybody sings along. A few of my best memories from my first study had nothing to do with the study but with the community, and when we were sitting there and singing some songs together. Getting into that field of music is definitely something I can recommend you. And if you've already played a certain instrument for a few years and you find yourself playing the same old stuff all the time, then try to play something that's really challenging for you, and maybe something that you've thought about for a while but you thought it was too challenging. So definitely take up the challenge, try to learn something new, and that way hopefully you'll get even better at your instrument. Okay, my last point is to clean up your room. Sometimes we really just feel bad and unmotivated because our environment doesn't really give us any sort of good spirits, or just good energy in general. And I'm speaking from experience here. I had a very cluttery flat the last few days, and yesterday I spent some time to clean it up, and I immediately feel better. It's amazing how much that can do to your personal motivation. So if you're looking up now and see a few things that are not in the place where they should be, then definitely stand up now and clean them up. Trust me, you'll feel so much better afterwards, because if we live in a clean environment, we just tend to feel way better and are more productive and more happy, which all of this is about. Alright, we talked a lot about free time activities now. If you want to learn more about productivity now, then definitely check out my video about Ali Abdaal's book Feel Good Productivity. And then I'd say we'd see each other in the next one. Bye.